Alofa, my people, and welcome to another episode of Naija Films Recap. Today, we have a story for you that is a proper Nollywood roller coaster. I'm talking about family drama so deep it needs its own passport, secrets that are darker than a room with no NEPA light, and a single party that goes so horribly wrong. It ends with poison, juju, a hostage situation, and a shocking death. We're diving into a brilliant dark comedy about two twin sisters, one who seems perfect and one who is a magnet for trouble. But as we all know, in Nollywood, things are never what they seem. So, grab your popcorn and your zobo, because we are about to unravel the chaotic and hilarious tragedy of what happens when a love potion, a cheating husband, and a vengeful wife all collide on one fateful night. Let's get into it. We meet Omon, a young woman who seems to have her life perfectly mapped out. She is the picture of the good twin, meticulously packing her bags for a promising new life and education in the United Kingdom. Her boyfriend Dade buzzes around her with infectious excitement. He's already fantasizing about his own eventual move to the UK, picturing them together at Anfield, the legendary home of Liverpool FC, singing "You'll Never Walk Alone" with thousands of other fans. He's just relieved she's not going to Bristol, which he cheekily refers to as the cocaine capital of the world. The irony of that statement will become painfully clear later. Their sweet moment of future planning curdles when Omon abruptly brings them back to a harsh reality. "What are we going to do now that we are at the end of the road?" she asks. A stunned Dade asks if she's breaking up with him. Omon, ever the pragmatist, lays out her bleak philosophy. Long-distance relationships are a fantasy, a slow-motion train wreck doomed to fail. Dade is flawed. "You've not even entered the plane," he protests, "and you're already thinking of 666, his term for the mythical UK guys who are 6 feet tall, have six-pack abs, and earn six figures." He tries to argue, citing his own parents as proof that it can work, only to have Omon point out the fatal flaw in his logic. His parents are divorced because his mother cheated. The realization dawns on him like a cold slap. Maybe long distance really is a fool's errand. "Still," he pleads, "baby, wait. I love you." But for Omon, the decision seems to be made. As this emotional storm brews, Omon's father enters her room, gently reminding her to finish packing. He asks if she's heard from her twin sister, Odion, who isn't picking up her calls. Omon simply murmurs, her focus elsewhere. The reason Odion is unreachable is that she's currently in a full-blown sprint for her life. We cut to a chaotic Nigerian market, where Odion weaves through crowds and stalls. A menacing figure named Jaja, hot on her heels. She's resourceful, ducking through a packed football viewing center at the perfect moment to throw him off her trail. She barely has a moment to catch her breath before Jaja finds her again. "Where's my money?" he snarls, grabbing her. "Where's my 1.1 million naira?" Odion tries to stall, but Jaja is furious. Their loud confrontation attracts the attention of local area boys, who, seeing a man roughing up a woman, assume the worst. In a stroke of wild luck for Odion, they descend on Jaja, giving him a brutal beating that allows her to slip away. Meanwhile, a desperate dad decides that if logic and love won't work, maybe a little magic will. He visits his father, a man who dabbles in traditional charms, and requests a love potion to ensure Omon's fidelity. His father provides him with a small vial, giving him simple instructions. "Pour this into a drink. Make sure you both drink from the same bottle. and her heart will be tethered to yours forever. No matter how far she goes, she will always come back to you. Armed with his dubious magical solution, Dad feels a renewed sense of hope. Back at the family home, a deceptive portrait of domestic harmony is on display. Omon's parents are in the kitchen, preparing a special farewell meal. Her father energetically pounds yam, while her mother affectionately feeds him choice pieces. This idyllic scene is shattered when Omon glances at her father's ringing phone. The caller ID reads mechanic. Her mind instantly connects the dots. Later, she confronts him in private. "So, you're cheating on mommy?" she states, her voice laced with disappointment. He fumbles with denials, claiming it's all about oil servicing for his car. Omon isn't buying it. Oil servicing, sometimes 2 times in a week, sometimes 3, she presses, her sarcasm sharp as a knife. "I'm surprised your engine hasn't knocked by now." The confrontation reveals the deep cracks in her family's foundation, destroying the perfect image she held of her father. Their heated exchange is interrupted by the arrival of Odion, who stumbles in looking disheveled and exhausted, quickly inventing a story about falling off a motorcycle to explain her appearance. The farewell dinner that evening is an exercise in simmering resentment. The mother, who makes no secret of her preference for Omon, uses the opportunity to belittle Odion, criticizing her focus on men and food over her studies. "That's where you'll end up," she sneers, "a white man's servant." While Omon ignores Dade's persistent calls, her mother encourages this, advising her to find a wealthy European and have mixed-race babies. Then, Omon's phone rings with an unknown number. Assuming it's Dade using a different phone, Odion advises her to ignore it, but Omon answers, her expression unreadable, and excuses herself to collect something from a friend. She is gone for hours, and when she finally returns, she seeks out Odion. In a moment of vulnerability, Omon confesses her deep-seated fear of being alone in the UK and failing. Odion, stepping into the role of the supportive sister, pulls her into a hug, promising that she'll always be there for her. She vows to work hard, get a scholarship, and join her in the UK as soon as she can. It's a tender moment of sisterly bonding, but it's shrouded in secrets. Omon never reveals where she truly went or who she met, a secret that will soon unravel all their lives. The day of Omon's going-away party arrives, and the house is filled with music and laughter. But beneath the celebratory surface, a dark plan is in motion. The mother, having confirmed her suspicions about her husband's affair, has identified the mechanic as a woman named Rolake. With chilling composure, she takes a bottle of Rolake's favorite wine and carefully laces it with poison. Her intention isn't to kill, but to teach the home wrecker a painful lesson. At the same time, Dade, clutching his love potion, sees his opportunity. He sneaks into the kitchen, finds what he believes is a regular bottle of wine, and pours the entire vial of his father's concoction into it. In a twist of catastrophic fate, it is the exact same bottle that the mother has just poisoned. The party hits its stride. The mother finds Rolake and delivers her chilling monologue, ending with the devastating line, "I poisoned you." A horrified Rolake flees to the kitchen, sick with fear. Just as she disappears, Dad emerges, proudly holding the doubly dosed bottle. He finds Omon and offers her a drink. Oblivious to the deadly cocktail she's about to consume, Omon takes the bottle and drinks deeply. The mother, having disposed of Rolake, turns her attention back to the party. only to see the poisoned wine bottle in her daughter's hand. Panic seizes her. "Omon, why are you drinking that wine?" She shrieks, rushing to her side. She tries to force Omon to spit it out, but the damage is done. As she frantically searches for an antidote, the party's chaos escalates to a terrifying new level. Jaja, still seeking his money and now bent on revenge, storms the house. He grabs the nearest person as a hostage. It's Omon. "Odion, where's my money?" he roars, his demand now inflated to 1.3 million naira. As Odion pleads and the guests scatter in terror, Omon, weakened by the potent mix swirling in her system, suddenly goes limp and collapses to the floor. In the ensuing pandemonium, she takes her final, shuddering breath. Omon is dead. In the immediate tragic aftermath, Jaja is arrested and charged with murder. The family is shattered, and a cloud of unanswered questions hangs over them. What was the true cause of death? Was it the mother's poison, daddy's love potion, or the trauma of Jaja's chokehold? The mother is ravaged by guilt, confessing to her husband that Omon drank the poison she intended for Holake. Dade, equally distraught, confronts his father, who swears the love potion was benign. The mystery only deepens. While processing her grief, Odion discovers Omon's passport. As she stares at her identical twin's face, a desperate, audacious plan begins to form in her mind. But before she can act on it, her world is turned upside down once again. She is violently kidnapped off the street by a group of armed men and taken to a lavish mansion. Tied to a chair by a swimming pool, she comes face to face with their boss, an intimidatingly calm man named Abdul. Odion, assuming Jaja is behind this, begs for her life. Promising to get the money, Abdul cuts her off. "This has nothing to do with Jaja. You swallowed my 1 kilo last night," he informs her. The statement is a bombshell that reconfigures everything Odion thought she knew. Her perfect sister, Omon, was not just an aspiring student. She was a drug mule. She had swallowed a kilo of cocaine for Abdul, intended for delivery in Liverpool. The trip, the scholarship, it was all a cover. Realizing they've mistaken Odion for her twin, Abdul changes his plan. He releases her, but gives her a horrifying new directive. Go to the mortuary and retrieve his drugs from her sister's corpse. Armed with a knife and her wits, Odion undertakes the macabre task. Alone in the cold, sterile mortuary, she speaks to her sister's body, a torrent of anger and grief pouring out of her. "What did you get yourself into? You could have called me," she laments. Steeling herself, she begins the gruesome procedure, managing to extract the drug pellets just as she hears footsteps. Her mother has arrived for a final, private goodbye. Odion dives under the gurney, hiding just in time. From her hiding spot, she is forced to listen to her mother's heartbreaking confession, which ends with the devastating words, "It should be your sister, lying down here." The words strike Odion like a physical blow. Now in possession of a fortune in cocaine, Odion makes a bold decision. Instead of returning it to Abdul, she goes to the jail and strikes a deal with Jaja. She'll get him released, and in return, he'll help her sell the drugs. Their target price, 50 million naira. With his freedom on the line, Jaja agrees. The day of Omon's funeral arrives, and it's destined to be even more chaotic than the party that killed her. Odion makes a deliberate statement by arriving in a bright, colorful gown that Omon once wore on her first date with Dade. Her mother is incensed by this apparent lack of respect. The family drama escalates when Rolake, the mistress, brazenly shows up to pay her respects. The mother loses all control and attacks her, turning the solemn occasion into a disgraceful brawl. As they are being pulled apart, a black van screeches to a halt outside. It's Abdul's men. They storm the funeral, looking for their property. They knock the father to the ground, fire a warning shot into the air, and produce a blade, ready to slice open the casket. Odion receives a frantic call. Bring the drugs now, or her father dies. She returns, but it's a trap. As Abdul's men surround her, more gunshots erupt. A new crew has arrived, led by Kenny P, the out-of-town buyer Jaja had contacted. A brief, violent shootout leaves Abdul's men dead or fleeing. Kenny P, now in control, examines the retrieved drugs. This is not a full kilo, he observes coolly. And in that moment, the final, horrifying truth dawns on Odion. The missing drugs weren't lost. The pellets must have burst inside Omon's stomach during the stress of the party and the hostage situation. That was the real killer. It wasn't the poison, the potion, or Jaja. It was the secret she was carrying inside her. Kenny P, unconcerned, pays Odion 40 million naira for the remaining product. Jaja takes his cut, and the family is left to bury their daughter. The funeral now a crime scene. Later that night, Odion and her mother have a raw, soul-bearing conversation. Odion lays all the secrets bare. Omon's desperation, the drug trafficking, the debt. She places the bag of money on the bed, telling her parents to take it and run, to start a new life where Abdul can't find them. For the first time, her mother's hard exterior cracks. She breaks down, apologizing for her cruelty and admitting how much she truly loves Odion. However, Odion's conscience won't let her rest. In a final act of courage, she goes to Abdul's mansion, intending to return the money and take responsibility. She walks in, bracing for the worst, only to find him entertaining a delegation of high-ranking police officers. In the most surreal and darkly comedic twist of all, they are there to officially ask Abdul, the powerful drug kingpin, to be the celebrity ambassador for their new anti-drug campaign. Caught in a checkmate, Abdul cannot afford a scene. He coolly tells Odion to keep the money and to stay out of his life. She leaves the cash on his doorstep and walks away, but she only gets a few feet before she stops. After a long pause, she turns back, picks up the bag of money, and walks away for good. Her sister's life was lost, but perhaps hers could still be saved. And that is how it all ends. Not with a bang, but with a police siren, welcoming a drug lord as their new anti-drug ambassador. You cannot write this stuff. What a wild, unpredictable, and brilliantly crafted movie. It's a perfect example of dark comedy, showing us that sometimes the good twin is hiding the darkest secrets, and the so-called bad twin has the resilience and strength to navigate a world of chaos. From a simple plan to Japa, we ended up with a mortuary heist, a funeral shootout, and a bag full of 40 million naira. But now I have to throw the question to you guys, the Naija Films Recap family. After everything she endured, hearing her own mother wish her dead, digging up her sister's secrets, and surviving multiple attempts on her life, did Odion have the right to walk away with that money in the end? Was it justice or just survival? Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. I want to read all your hot takes and theories. If you enjoyed this recap and you want more gists like this, please do me a huge favor and give this video a massive like. And if you're new here, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss another breakdown of the best and wildest Nollywood films. Thanks for watching, and this is Naija Films Recap. See you in the next one.